So this weekend we have to start 170 plants per the plan that we have. So we've got our nice big flats here. I'm filling them full of peat pods. Then we're gonna soak them down. These ones have been soaking for 2 minutes. We'll let them go for 10 minutes. When these are fully expanded, we will move them to the empty one. We'll put water in this one. And when these are fully expanded, we'll put those ones into here. And we'll have to do that, I think, one more time, or like half a tray more, to get all the pods that we need. And then we will start adding labels to the pods and start planting. Here's our seed station. Got the clipboard here calling the shots. You can see all this stuff between my fingers. This is stuff that we're doing today, so it's a lot. Some of our peat pods that are expanded, but we haven't planted yet. Here's a tray that's half planted. Stephanie's also working. She's got a tray half planted. We've got our labels, and we've got like forceps to put the seeds in. And we're just chugging along here. Like I said, 170 pods we're going to plant today, each one with 3 seeds. So we'll have plenty of backup. So should be successful. And I'll show you what we end up with when we're done with all this. Before we check on what we just planted, here's some of my nightshades, peppers, and tomatoes. This is cayenne pepper here. It's looking really good, but you can tell there's one of these that's light colored because it's not getting enough light. And we're just going to clip that guy right out. And in fact, both of these are getting their true leaves. You can just barely tell. But they look pretty equal, so I'm going to keep the one in the center and cut that guy out. And I'll kind of do the same thing with these other ones where appropriate. And then I'll set these peat pods with the ones we just planted. All right, all our garden prep work is done for the weekend. Got some chard, butter crunch lettuce, kale, and pak choy up there. Here are my tomatoes and peppers that I started in the previous weekends. Here are the rest of them. These are the bigger ones. I've got them out here so that they can get sort of agitated by the fan. Got kohlrabi, spinach, black-seeded Simpson lettuce, romaine lettuce, arugula, and cheese. I think that's it. So, like I said, we started 170 peat pods today to go with the nightshades that we already had going. And hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll get most of this stuff planted outside. It's Monday, April 6th, and we're starting to get our first seedlings of all the leafy greens, mostly, that we planted this past weekend. So not everything's up yet, but I bet tomorrow morning we'll have a lot more. So things are coming along. It's really exciting. It's a rather lovely afternoon here on April 7th. And I took my greens, the seedlings from my greens, outside to get a little bit of natural light. You know, they get a lot of light in the basement, but we don't really want to harden these off per se. We want to just bring them directly outside. So getting them as much natural light as we can is a good idea. So they've just been out here for a couple of hours, and it's only been a day or two since they sprouted. So I'll take them inside soon. But yeah, this should be helpful and make the transition to being planted outdoors a little bit easier for them. Again, this is like pak choy, arugula, spinach, lettuce, that sort of stuff. Here are our chives, looking good, even though we kind of forcefully transplanted them. And then the oregano shows no sign of life yet, so we'll see how that goes. The tomatoes and peppers and stuff need to be potted up from their peat pods, so we'll go do that now. I just finished potting up our nightshades, our tomatoes and peppers, from their peat pods into my rose pots. Got one extra here. I used this potting mix this time. That's just what I could find. And you can see everything's looking nice and comfortable in those. And we'll take these back down to the basement and put them under the lights and leave them there for about another month before we start to harden them off. All right, we've got everything back down in the basement. You can see our greens here, our freshly potted up nightshades, some more greens, and some pods that we're still waiting to sprout. All in all, for the greens, these 3 big trays, about half of them have sprouted so far, maybe even up to 2/3. So looking good, but we've got some more to go. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.